Europe is getting absolutely cooked right now. Hundreds of heat records are being broken daily. Thousands of schools are being closed. Public events are being cancelled. Alcohol consumption restrictions are being put in place. And even drowning deaths are soaring as people are trying to cool down in rivers.
It's scorching, it's so hot. Makes you want to go for a swim, like, just get out of the sun. It's a lot. Especially when you're not used to it, like, when there's not that much infrastructure for it.
Cook.
This seems to be hotter than we've had in recent memory, and I think that's probably not just random. That's probably has to do with us.
It's crazy to think about the fact that this is going to be the coldest summer for the rest of our lives. I just got into my car and checked the temperature and it reached 40 degrees Celsius.
Charlie, heat wave is now causing some devastations in Europe and it is crazy. The videos that we are seeing, these videos are crazy. Like, bro, people are basically dying. People are dying in Europe, and I don't know, like natural disasters, sometimes you think about it and bro, the heat, it is even melting cars, burning a whole lot of things. Like in France, in Germany, I learned right now it has got into some parts of America, in the UK. Bro, listen, I don't want to talk much. Let's go into the videos. Watch some of these videos. Watch to the end. You will see everything. Come back and talk.
This morning, a dangerous heat wave gripping Europe. Sizzling from Spain to France to Italy and Germany, millions now under heat alerts. In France, the extreme heat turning deadly, costing at least 18 people their lives. Elsewhere, Spanish soccer fans got a refreshing dousing by civil protection services. And across Italy, multiple cities under red alerts. Meteorologists blame a massive heat dome, a ridge of high pressure trapping hot air from North Africa, with scientists warning human-driven climate change is making extreme heat more frequent and more intense. And what makes it even deadlier over here, air conditioning is just not that common. Across parts of Europe, only about 20% of households have AC. In the UK, it's about 14%. Health alerts now in effect across England, and forecasters warn the worst may still be ahead later this week.
In France, the authorities are reporting that over 9 days, at least 1,000 people have died in incidents related to the heat. Funeral homes in the French capital, Paris, are now reporting that they are under pressure, rapidly running out of space and being overwhelmed with the need to safely store the bodies of those who have died. It's a difficult situation for those working in the funeral industry as well as those who have relatives who have died. The French Interior Minister has said that they are now providing extra ice boxes where needed, but he denies that France has not been prepared for this heat wave.
They will realize that as the hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger, more and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have pale faces are going to die of melanoma, which is a skin cancer that you get if you don't have enough melanin in your skin. Let me tell you, people of color are going to be very much in demand for reproduction in the future. And mark my words, you're laughing now, but you wait 20 years. You won't even have to wait 20 years, because they're going to see that if they want their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren to survive, they're going to have some melanin in their skin. That's the way it's going to be. This is going to take care of itself.
People here in London are doing what they can to try to cool off. Some of them are taking a dip in this lake behind me in Hyde Park. But this is way hotter than what we're used to normally during June. And it's prompted the UK's official weather agency, the Met Office, to issue a very rare red warning for severe weather, meaning danger to life. Temperatures are set to rise to mid to high 30s Celsius. And yes, that may not be as hot as many other parts of the world, but the UK is simply not equipped to deal with this kind of heat. Only about 5% of
houses have air conditioning units. The National Rail is warning people not to travel on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Hundreds of schools have been closed, and we've been asking people here in Hyde Park how they're coping.
But we see you running in this heat. How come? How come you're running in this heat? Tell us.
For exercise.
Do you not mind?
It's hot, but it's not. It's still cooler than it will be at 1 or 2 or 3.
So you're deciding now if you're going to go out running. So you're not going to skip around because it's a hot day.
Right.
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks.
It's pretty hot, I have to say. We're going actually to the 17th thing to swim.
Oh yeah.
Because we're so warm at the moment. Yeah.
So how about yourself? How are you coping?
Not very well, to be honest. I don't do well in the heat, but it's fine.
But you're out and about.
Yeah, we are out and about purely to swim though.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Australia.
So is this hot for you or not really?
Not really. Standard for our summer.
Standard. So do you think Brit should toughen up?
Yeah, it's not even hot.
Thanks, guys. News about the high temperatures. How's it going?
I'm surviving.
Are you surviving? Thank you.
Europe is getting absolutely cooked right now. Hundreds of heat records are being broken daily. Thousands of schools are being closed. Public events are being cancelled. Alcohol consumption restrictions are being put in place. And even drowning deaths are soaring as people are trying to cool down in rivers. You see, Europe is officially the fastest warming continent on Earth. But it's also a continent that isn't built for heat, with over 80% not even having AC. So when summer hits, each seemingly becoming hotter than the last, it is brutal. Take France, for example. They have just had their hottest day on record on a national scale, along with over half of the country being placed on red alert and 135 absolute records being broken in a single day. Drowning deaths in the country have also soared to 40 in just 5 days. Over in the UK, temperatures hit 34.6 Celsius, ushering in a number of coping measures like reduced rail speeds, hospital patient appointments cancelled, school closures, and even hosepipe bans. A red health alert was even issued, indicating a risk to life even for the healthy population. Several people have also drowned in Germany over the weekend. Spain's National Weather Agency warned of serious, even extraordinary danger. And Italy's health ministry declared a red heat wave in at least 15 cities. The heat wave is expected to continue for many of these countries over the weekend.
While Europe burns in a devastating heat wave, China has dramatically rolled out citywide cooling systems in a stunning display of technological superiority. Chinese state media has broadcast live footage of entire megacities equipped with massive quantum-based cooling arrays that maintain comfortable temperatures even during extreme heat. The system, powered by advanced quantum cooling arrays and AI-managed energy grids, can regulate temperature across vast districts with remarkable efficiency. Officials describe the rollout as a major step toward climate resilience and urban sustainability, with plans to expand the technology to more cities in the coming years. Experts around the world are hailing the development as a potential game changer in urban planning and climate adaptation. The system has already demonstrated significant energy savings and improved living conditions for millions of residents. International scientists are calling for collaboration to study and potentially adapt the technology for global use. This achievement highlights China's rapidly advancing capabilities in large-scale climate control technology and could reshape how cities around the world prepare for rising temperatures in the future.
Mission shut off its own as the grid was about to go out, turning homes into a 150-degree hot box, pools feeling like hot tubs, with many yelling there is no escape. Haunting reports show a train in Germany caught fire from the heat alone. The city lost power 8 times in a single day. A developing El Nino is expected to supercharge the rest of the summer across the continent. But it gets much worse as 2026 is on track to become the hottest year in human history. Heat domes are now forming across the entire planet at the same time, across the point where this becomes the new normal. Forecasters are already warning a second heat dome is forming over Western Europe, expected to lock in by July 7th, could push temperatures even higher. 1 in 5 people on Kalshi already predicted 2026 would become the hottest year ever.
What you're looking at right here are Europeans in Paris fighting over air conditioning units because, as it happens every year, there's a heat wave. You're talking about like 38 to 40 degrees Celsius, which is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Only 18 to 20% of Europeans have AC at all. Now, once you're in a southern part of Europe, Greece, Italy, etc., they have it more because it's usually warmer in the south. But in the northern parts of Europe, UK, France, Germany, and above that, Norway, etc., it didn't get hot that often because you're in a cold environment. It's usually pretty cool. So what do? Open the window if it gets a little bit too hot. But sometimes, just like right now, and I would presume every single summer, you have a heat wave. And when that heat wave hits, there's nothing you can do. Not only in the homes of Europeans, but also in the places of business, on buses, trains, everywhere. AC is just not really a thing. And then they also think that it can make you sick. Well, it can make you sick if you're going to have the AC on 60 degrees Fahrenheit and having the fan right on your face. Yeah, it can make you sick. But put the AC on 75, a low setting, but not too low. Homes in Europe are built to retain heat because it gets cold, but sometimes it gets hot. So now we got a problem. Do you know that every year more Europeans die from lack of air conditioning than Americans die from gun violence? Fun fact, unfortunate fact, but a fun fact. The solution, get a little window unit, get a little something for times like this. You might not always need it, but I'd rather have that than to be rushing into a store fighting like Black Friday 20 years ago to get a thing I should have had anyway in my home for times like this.
By and large, the problem with aircon is the emissions from the electricity running the aircon units. So actually, if you can switch your electricity provider to one that's completely renewable, or you speak to your MP and tell them that we need to get off oil and gas, not allow new giant oil fields like Rosebank that they're currently still considering to go ahead, those are the sorts of things that means that we can actually make our grid green and that we can actually have aircon without making climate change worse.
But all of that would take a heck of a long time.
It won't be done by tonight,
Are you saying
will
that
it?
in the interim you shouldn't have aircon? You should wait until you can say hand on heart, yep, it's green energy that's keeping me cool.
Well, I think we need to be honest about the fact that it has costs, right? And then when we face these sorts of costs, we then need to make a decision, well, who should we prioritize? Should it just be someone who fancies being a bit cooler, or should we be prioritizing the people who need it? People with young kids, people who are elderly, people who have disabilities that mean that they can't cool themselves.
So rationing air conditioning.
So
trying to be sensible about the fact that it has a huge cost and therefore not just cooling down massive spaces unnecessarily.
Right, you're not in a care home, you're not elderly. Look at you there, resplendent in your youth. Why do you deserve air conditioning?
Well, I am not ignorant to the fact that it does unfortunately come at a cost, and arguably us using so much electricity, oil and gas is the reason we're in this position in the first place. However, last summer, I was 7 months pregnant in the summer, and this summer I've got an 8-month-old baby and a 3-year-old. And my baby monitor last night said that both rooms at 7 o'clock at night, which is their bedtime, was 31 degrees.
Wow.
And Kate, like I think you said earlier, that the guidance is if the room is 29 degrees or over, children under 5 should not be in them. Now, what do? Where do I put them? They have to go to sleep.
So you put the aircon on?
So I put the aircon on, and it makes it more manageable, but it still wasn't an enjoyable sleep. I struggled to sleep in that, and my little baby is so restless.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, 'cause every
Yep, temperatures have gotten so high that grass is catching on fire and cars are becoming hot enough to cook people alive in 15 minutes. And summer hasn't even started yet. People were terrified after UK health authorities issued emergency warnings across the country as homes were burning everything inside. Shoes have started melting on the concrete and train tracks bending. And this same heat is now scorching across Spain, France, and Portugal with no signs of stopping. Haunting reports show people are so desperate to cool down that they are jumping into rivers and the ocean and drowning. Emergency rooms are turning people away because there's no space left, and doctors are warning that at these temperatures, your kidneys can be permanently destroyed, and the same heat pattern is now forecast to hit every part of the US this summer. But it gets much worse, as since this Super El Nino is now expected to supercharge this summer's heat across the entire planet, scientists are warning we are approaching a temperature where the human body physically cannot cool itself down. Once you cross that line, there's nothing doctors can do to save you. Now, temperatures are expected to drop by the weekend, and experts say there is still a chance that this summer could be cooler than predicted. But after what we are experiencing now, very few people believe that.
I'm melting off of me. My shoe was melting. Nó quay trở lại khách sạn rồi. Ôi, wow.
A caldo? Abbastanza, c'è colato anche il sema.
It's scorching, it's so hot. Makes you want to go for a swim, like, just get out of the sun. It's a lot. Especially when you're not used to, like, when there's not that much infrastructure for it.
Europe is experiencing hotter and hotter summers, which means more and more people are turning to open bodies of waters like this one behind me in London. But safety experts are warning about a rise in drownings in several countries during periods of extreme heat. France, in particular, has reported at least 40 such deaths.
It's so terrible because it happens so often. People always think, like, it won't be me. But there's always someone. And you always hear about it, and, like, it can destroy communities, and it's so serious. My brother's a lifeguard, so I think he experienced that. Like, he used to save people from it a lot. He said that when he was working, like, someone drowned. So it's a very serious thing that happens all the time. But yeah, it can be, like, a lot for parents if their kids are going out for a swim, they don't know what's happening, and then, yeah.
One of the reasons for the surge in drowning is something safety experts called the cold water shock. Despite hot weather, natural bodies of water often remain cold beneath the surface. The sudden immersion in cold water can shock the body, causing rapid breathing and an increased heart rate, which makes it harder to breathe and swim safely.
Obviously, you want to cool down. In London, it's really hot, so people will be jumping in bodies of water, and if they're not prepared for that, there should be someone who's prepared in case something goes wrong, of course.
This is the reality of the European heat wave right now. It's not just a climate crisis, it's a safety crisis.
When it's hot, you lose a lot of sense of reason, and you just think water will be warm. But obviously, we've not had a lot of time to heat up the water. So you just jump in, and then obviously you don't think. And I think as well, the heat kind of just mess up your mind a little bit.
Leute, guck mal, Deutschland. Es ist 8 Uhr am Morgen. Guck mal, wie die Eier brennen in diese Leute, Deutschland. Guck mal. Guck mal, Leute, guck mal. Leute, guck. Darf man nicht Herz mehr nutzen in Deutschland? Guck mal.
Too hot. Yeah, it's unbearable, this heat, especially in what we do. It's our game anyway, but obviously this heat makes it twice as hard.
Well, it's 1:30 in Bristol. It's 32 degrees. Lou and these guys are working their socks off, let me tell you. It feels like a lot more than 32 degrees. I'm sweating. I'm just carrying this. Up there, it is hot work.
Yeah, the tubes are all there. They do burn a little bit, but we're used to it. Just get on with it. Well, hands like rhino skinned up.
Bus drivers are cooking too. New electric cabs are all air-conditioned, yes, but there are plenty of old diesels still chugging away with no aircon.
So I'm sitting in a sauna in a pure gym.
It's absolutely appalling. You've got the sun beating down, it's magnified by the glass. There's no air conditioning. The buses are 20 years old, 45 of them, about to be scrapped, past their sell by date. So it's just unbearable. Unbearable.
So how hot is too hot? Well, amazingly, the law has no trigger temperature. There is no point at which an employer has to say, that's it, down tools, it's too hot, guys. It's all about what is reasonable.
Get on in.
Gracias, is not good.
Every AC is out of stock in the UK. Yesterday I was told that Lidl has really good ACs coming out for £149. We woke up at 6 in the morning and we're going to Lidl right now to see if we can get one. Because the heat in the UK right now is absolutely horrible. As I was crossing the threshold, I see the last person grabbing the last 3 units. I wanted to cry. I went to the lady, I'm like, are you getting 3? She's like, yeah. Everybody decided to get 2 and 3 air conditioning units. How doesn't Lidl put a cap on promo items? So anyway, my friend was there because he was the one that told me about it. And he's like, there's another Lidl that opens at 8 a.m. about 15 minutes away. Fuck it, let's go. Get there, completely empty. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get it. This is it. An associate comes out. Oh, can I help you? We open at 8. And I said, yeah, I'm trying to get that aircon unit. Oh no, we've been selling them for 2 weeks. They're all out of stock. Then he says, but there's another one that it's about 20 minutes away that opens at 8. They will have it. Perfect. We were almost by the coast of England. Like at this point, I could have just gotten a boat, go to France, get one and come back. We get there. There's only one couple waiting. About 10 minutes before they open, people start coming in and they start getting around the entrance. I'm thinking to myself, do they know that we're on a queue? All of these people can't go in at the same time. I knew that they were getting the aircon because people were talking between them. Am I about to have a redneck Walmart type of fight here in the UK and tell everybody that we are on a queue? Well, that's exactly what happened, bitch. As soon as the doors opened, the multitude of people started trying to go into the store and I'm like, no, 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 no. There is a queue here. We've been waiting since 7:30 in the morning and everybody's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yep. We go in. It was like the apocalypse. Everybody sticky, sweaty, probably haven't even showered. Everybody's just like walking like that, looking for the ACs. They were sold out. They didn't even have a stock. When I tell you, it was so disappointing, but at least I found a beautiful new town really close to the coast where I want to go back and see. I'm going to have to suck it up and it's going to be another day of extreme heat in the UK.
I do think that this is probably an impact of climate change. The winter that I had in the United States was colder than we've had in recent memory. This seems to be hotter than we've had in recent memory. And I think that's probably not just random. That probably has to do with us.
It's crazy to think about the fact that this is going to be the coldest summer for the rest of our lives. I just got into my car and checked the temperature and it reached 40 degrees Celsius. These temperatures are anything but normal, but somehow there is still people that believe that climate change isn't real. People didn't want to listen and now we have to pay the price because people are suffering in these heats, animals, and most people aren't prepared for these kind of temperatures in their homes. Not everyone has access to air conditioning, so these temperatures can be very, very dangerous. And you know what's even crazier is that people still want to use ChatGPT, even though it's directly contributing to climate change and our temperatures rising. Do you know that AI data centers can raise temperatures up to 28 degrees? We already know that AI is using a shit ton of water, but let's not forget about the CO2 emissions that it produces into our environment. So yes, AI is quite literally killing our planet and killing us. So I think this is the right time to tell you guys to stop using AI, but if you refuse to use AI, please, the least you can do is switch to EcoGPT, because EcoGPT only uses 10% of the resources that ChatGPT uses, so it is not a perfect solution, but it is much better for our environment. It also runs on less compute and on renewable energy, so that way its carbon footprint isn't as big. If there's a heat wave going on in your country, make sure to stay inside and stay safe.
Meanwhile, in my balcony, guys. So check this out. It's freaking 44 degrees.
Unbelievable. Kita kabur aja dulu, guys.
Alright, y'all. One thing about me is I may be a Floridian. My name is even Florinda. The heat will never be for me. I'm standing over my portable AC unit in my kitchen because we live in Germany and we don't have central AC. You gotta do what you gotta do. It is hot as hell here. Bye.
Fucking hell, guys. El Nino is strengthening globally just as Europe and England is baking in unprecedented summer heat waves. While the Pacific climate pattern is not the direct cause of the current heat wave in Europe, the coverage of both events is putting the continent's infrastructure to a severe test and is going to potentially make the heat waves in the next month or two even worse across Europe. The situation highlights what happens when regional weather extremes collide with a warming global baseline. A stronger El Nino could make the rest of the year a lot harder for Europe by pushing overall temperatures even higher. Now we're breaking already with the temperatures we've had. Nuclear power stations have had to be shut down in over 40°C heat, adding background stress to a season already exposing weakness in health protection. This El Nino 2026 to 2027 is currently strengthening, and the Climate Prediction Centre says conditions are already present and expected to intensify into the Northern Hemisphere's winter. So basically we could be seeing a much warmer coming winter. We will be seeing an Indian summer basically at the end of this summer going into winter. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has noted a 63% chance of a very strong El Nino between November and January, significantly rising the odds of record global temperatures. We are going to, over the next 12 months, we are going to see worldwide temperatures broken, records broken on probably a monthly basis. This next 12 months is going to be extreme heat, guys.
No, it is crazy. This is too extreme. And I learned more is coming because looking at the way this, bro, now meaning down south we are experiencing flood and everything, and at the top around Europe and America and some part of America and all that, they are experiencing heat. These are the two things. There was flood in Nigeria, Cameroon, Togo, Benin, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, like bro. And at the top in Europe around, it is heat. People even frying eggs without stove. That should tell you that and the extreme heat that is hitting these people. No, seriously, I don't know, but this is another problem in Europe. As they are saying, they never built Europe to, like, you know, the weather in Europe, so they are not used to air conditions. So looking at the situation now, people are dying. They said over 10,000 people or so have died. Bro, this is unprecedented. This is crazy. This is unprecedented. This has never happened. I've never seen anything of this sort before. Lord, this, unless God intervenes, seriously, unless God intervenes with maybe a rain or something, because this is too extreme. Traffic lights melting, asphalt melting. This woman that also talked about, this is something that is going to happen to the Europeans because they don't have enough melanin in their body and all that, so they are not going to survive and all that. Is this the time? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's know. Thank you so much for watching.